What's up guys, it is Rogue here and welcome to another amazing video on the channel. For today, coming at you with a deck I think has some sleeper potential. It is of course Artmage, the fusion based version, as I know they have Doomsy and they have a synchro one now on the way as well, but I'm specifically talking about the fusion archetype Artmage. They have new support on the way in Burst Protocol, a fantastic fusion, but even before we get that fusion, I think this deck has some sleeper potential and it will be a meta threat, hopefully with the next wave of support. If you are new around here and you enjoy my beautiful face and beard, make sure you smash that subscribe button as we're on the way to 5,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and we are on track, so make sure you are here and you're part of that journey. Leave a like and comment down below what is your favorite Artmage card shown in the deck profile, and without any further ado, let's get straight into the deck profile. Starting off with the Medius Monster and Artmage cards, we have triple Medius the Pure, absolutely insane card. Double Artmage Fidmel, I am playing more than one of her, which I'll explain now. Double Artmage Grafler, double Artmage Power Patron, one Artmage Littera. Okay, so why am I playing these ratios? Well, Medius the Pure, I play 3 of him because you always want to see him. On normal or special summon, he's going to be able to add or special a Power Patron directly from your deck, which is absolutely crazy. If he's in the grave, you're going to be able to shuffle a monster from your hand or face-up field into the deck to then special summon himself, but he gets banished when he leaves the field. Again, both are insane effects, and the fact that he banishes himself is actually a good thing because we can recover Medius the Pure from the banish pile anyway. I play double Artmage Fidmel because I think the card is just good, okay? It's a free special summon as long as you have an Artmage card in the field that draws you a card, and if you have 3 or more different types on your field, it has a quick effect negate for the entire field, or all face-up monsters opponent controls currently at that time, and also halves their attack. And if that wasn't broken enough, your opponent cannot target level 6 or lower Artmage cards with card effects while she's on the field. Like, that in my opinion is too worthy. Plus, with the new fusion monster coming out soon, it takes a level, I believe, 7 Artmage monster and a spell to make, so Fidmel just might naturally become a 2 of, but right now she is mostly a 1 of. I just like playing 2. For the Grafler, 2 Artmage Grafler, another insane card. The first time he would be destroyed by battle, he is not destroyed, which comes up very rarely, but just remember that he does that. If he's in your hand and you control a Artmage card, you can special summon him and then set a Artmage spell directly from your deck, meaning you can set all of your juicy normal spells, continuous spells, field spells, and then immediately use them, which is super nice. It doesn't always have to be the quick play spell, but it is really nice value if you can set the quick play spell because it means you are absolutely cooking. So I really like him. Double of the Power Patron because I think 1 is not enough and 3 is way too much, so 2 naturally made sense in that regard. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck while he's on the field apart from fusion monsters, and then he has a main phase quick effect to fusion summon a Artmage Fusion or a Nerva, the Power Patron of Creation, using himself and monsters from your hand or field. If he is sent to the graveyard from the hand or field, he is able to grab you any Artmage spell or trap from your deck to your hand with a different name to the ones in your grave. So he's actually really good. And then we play 1 Artmage Littera. I really like Littera, don't get me wrong, she's one of my favorite Artmage cards. I just play 1 because she doesn't actually do anything on her own and an Artmage card in the field. What do I mean? She needs to be able to add back a Artmage card from the graveyard to have her special summon effect. But if you can do that, it's really good resource management because you can pitch, for example, a Artmage spell for the field spell, get a search for Littera, add that spell back, summon Littera, pitch the same spell again, grab a different name. It's actually really nice. And she also has a really good effect that during your opponent's main phase, on a quick effect, you can special summon 1 Artmage monster from your hand or grave, except her, and then return her to the hand. Since it's a then effect, you can do very cheeky things like Chainlink 1 Littera, Chainlink 2 Awakening. Awakening will bounce the Littera, destroy a card your opponent controls, and Littera will summon anyway. A needs to happen, but B, which is the bounce, doesn't need to happen. It's really amazing when they do stuff like that. It's similar to like the Tilament Rhino Heart, that he can summon himself even if you don't have a Tilament card in hand because you've used it. When his effect was activated, you chain your Tilament card, and even if you have none in hand, he will still summon. It works like that. The then effects are really cool. For these spells, triple of the Artmage Academic Arcane Arts Acropolis. Jesus Christ, that's a tongue twister. There were 5 A's in that name, which is incredible. But during the main phase, you gain an additional normal summon of Medius Pure, which does come up. And then on a non-once per turn, you can discard a spell trap, declare an Artmage monster card name that is not among the monsters you control and have not been declared for that turn. Add that monster from your deck to your hand. And it locks you from the main deck. And that's it. Which is actually incredible. It doesn't actually extra deck lock you there. Which is really, really nice and a very unique take on a field spell. Meaning that this field spell can add you any Artmage monster in the game, and you can add all of them if you had enough stuff to pitch. It's such a lovely, lovely field spell. For another amazing spell, we have triple Artmage Varnish Altercation. Super simple, grabs you the field spell from the deck or graveyard, places it actually, so it can't even be ashed. But if you already control the field spell, it adds you any Artmage card from your deck to your hand instead. So it is a rota for the field spell, but if you have the field spell, it's just a rota in general. And if a Artmage monster is targeted for an attack, you can banish this card, negate that attack, and special summon a Medius the Pure from your hand. So you have extra protection. You don't have to summon Medius to negate the attack. Just keep that in mind. For another amazing spell, only 2 though, and in common, Konami, please give this a rarity bump. Double Artmage Vandalism Assault. When this card is activated, add Medius the Pure from your deck to your hand. That is the main effect. The second effect is actually going to become very, very relevant when the new fusion monster comes out. You can target one face-up monster you control. If that face-up monster would be used as fusion material this turn, it can be treated as an Artmage monster. Why is that relevant? Because now you can turn Medius into an Artmage monster and fusion into the brand new fusion monster coming out in Burst Protocol and continue extending your plays from there. It also has a little bit of like a Fire King Sanctuary effect, where if Artmage Academic Arcane Arts Acropolis, so the field spell, would be destroyed by card effect, you can send this card you control to the grave instead, which is nice that it does that. For the one-ofs, one Artmage Masterwork Succession. This is the archetypal quick play fusion. Doesn't do anything fancy, just lets you use monsters from your hand or field, including an Artmage monster. And if there's a card in the field zone, that monster gains 500 attack permanently. During the main phase, you can banish this card from your grave, target 3 Artmage cards with different names in your grave, shuffle them into the deck. So I wish it did a little bit more, but it's still very, very serviceable. One, Theo Realize. This is very annoying that it is not an Artmage card. Why, Konami, do you do this? But what does it do? It sends Medius the Pure from your deck to the graveyard to look at the top card of your opponent's deck, and you can either place it to the top or bottom of the deck. So it basically gets to see, you can potentially see what your opponent is playing, but more importantly, if they are going to draw something really, really impactful and good, place that to the bottom. You don't have to deal with that. The main reason we're playing this card is because you can banish this card from the grave, target one face-up monster you control, declare one monster type and one attribute, and that monster becomes that type and attribute until the end of your opponent's turn. Why on earth is this broken? Light Fiend. Do I have to say more? You just call that. And for the trap, we have Artmage Pact Awakening, a really, really powerful trap card. I actually really like ending with it. It also has a very, very good graveyard effect too. So you can special summon an Artmage monster or Medius the Pure from your deck. Also for the rest of the turn, the activation of your cards and effects that include an effect that fusion summon a fusion monster cannot be negated. Also, your opponent can activate cards or effects when a monster is fusion summoned this way. So it becomes a magical meltdown after you summon from the deck. So it's actually amazing. You can banish this card from the grave, target one Artmage monster you control, return that monster to the hand or extra deck, and if you do, destroy one card your opponent controls. And you cannot sadly do both effects in one turn, but they're both very, very good. So that is it for the Artmage part of this deck. I am very happy with the ratios. Will the ratios change? Potentially, but not at the moment. We're going to have to see when the new fusion comes out what people are playing, but I think these ratios are fantastic. They've been working very, very well for me. If we need to play more, don't worry, I got more, and in Starlight Rare, I am prepared for Artmage. I think Artmage, as I said in the intro, is here for the long term. For the second engine I play, yes, I know, it is Fiendsmith, we're all tired of Fiendsmith, but listen, this synergizes so well in this deck, it is incredible. Not only are they fiends, okay? Keep in mind that Artmage don't naturally have any fiends, so that's a different type to have. We have Fairy, Warrior, Dragon, Illusion, Spellcaster. There's no fiends there. So that's amazing. What does the Fiendsmith engine provide? Well, it provides you with a Lacrima during the opponent's turn, which is another different type, which actually is relevant and does come up. More importantly, it provides you with extra board breaking capabilities and extends your plays going first, or doesn't extend them because you need to use it first before you use the field spell. So absorbs hand traps going first, and going second, it allows you to basically push a lot more as well with your cards going second. And if your opponent doesn't have hand traps, well, you can set up a Wave King Caesar for a double special summon negate. We have Fiendsmith in Paradise for extra disruptions, Fabled Lurie, the archetypal Fiendsmith card, it just doesn't know it yet, and the Fiendsmith Tract to search and discard Lurie to trigger its special summon. So super happy with this engine. Lacrima being a fiend and being able to summon itself is absolutely insane, because it really does come up where you have two types. You're like, damn, I really wish I had a third. Oh wait, let me just summon Lacrima. For the hand traps, triple Fuwa, triple Ash, triple Vela, and the mandatory one, triple Imperm, because it's a spell trap you can discard for the field spell. Vela, I'm not so sure about. Could be Droll. I'm just testing out Vela at the moment. Could be Bell. But I think Fuwa, Ash, and Imperm are here to stay, especially Imperm, because, as I said, this fuels your field spell, because you need to be pitching a spell or a trap, call a name, and then play from there. Fuwa is essential, and Ash stops Fuwa and other things, so we want to be playing Ash. Is Droll more impactful? Maybe. I got Droll on the side, I can easily just put it into the main. And for the last two cards, we have one Call By and one Terraforming, rounding off a 42 card main deck. Let's get on into the beautiful extra deck. Starting off with the extra deck, let's just spam through the links. One, Fiendsmith Agunde, now in Secret Rare, SP Little Knight, Fiendsmith Sequence, Fiendsmith Requiem. These are the links we play. We don't need to play many. Remember, this is primarily a fusion deck, but we can do loads of things, because remember, the field spell doesn't lock us from the extra deck, and plus we can do loads of things and then commits to the special summon lock. So keep that in mind. Requiem is amazing. Any Light Fiend gets into it and you see Fiendsmith combo. Sequence lets you get into stuff like Desiree. Fiendsmith Agumde helps you go for OTKs. And SP Little Knight is the best link to ever to grace the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! So that is why we play it. For the fusions, one Desiree, obviously, because you can make it. And when it touches the grave, you're able to disrupt the opponent. Even if you don't make it, you can always send it with the trap from the extra deck to the grave. So keep that in mind. For the Artmage stuff, double Deactorus, one Nerva, the Power Patron of Creation, all in Starlight Rare. I'm super excited for the new fusion. I just ask that they print it in Starlight Rare. Please match this. It's very important. Deactorus is your monster, well, your card negation as long as it's on the field. It's an Omni negate for any card on the field, and it can also target one monster in the field, change its battle position. That is primarily because it synergizes with the Nerva tribute summon effect instead of fusion. It comes out in defense, you can just switch it into attack. Also, it synergizes with Artmage's, not with Artmage, with Nerva's first effect too, so do keep that in mind. But this card is really good, and if it is outed, it's first summons a Medius from your hand, deck, or banishment, so keep that in mind. It takes two monsters, one Medius to Pure and one Artmage monster. And here we have Nerva, the Power Patron of Creation, the big boss monster daddy of the deck. Takes 3 Artmage monsters to make, must be either fusion summoned or special summoned from your extra deck in defense by attributing 3 monsters of different types, which is important to remember. And it has a really cool effect, which is when a card in the while a card is in the field zone, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. Once per turn, when you activate Artmage monster effect, quick effect, you can make the activated effect become destroy all cards your opponent controls. So you can change any Artmage monster effect into just a board wipe, but keep in mind this has to respond directly to the Artmage effect, meaning it's like a Thunder Dragon Titan. If you activate, for example, let's say Deactorus effect, they change something, even if it's not relevant to the Deactorus, you can no longer activate Nerva. It needs to be in direct response, so do keep that in mind. One Guardian Chimera and one Secretarian Dragon. Guardian Chimera because it just takes 3 monsters and you can destroy stuff and draw. Secretarian Dragon for the Draco Tail matchup is actually easy to make. It takes a dragon and a spellcaster. We have that easily in this deck, and it's a very hard counter to Draco Tail, so do keep that in mind. We have one Necro Equipped Princess because it allows us to get into Wave King Caesar, so that's basically its primary purpose. The tech, which is Azamina Ilia Silva, 1 illusion and 1 light spellcaster, so a Littera and a Artmage Power Patron make you an Omni Negate. So do keep that in mind, because that is very relevant to know. We have double XCs in Wave Hiking Caesar and Typhon. Typhon is most likely just going to become the new Artmage fusion monster, I'm not going to lie, but until then we're rocking the Typhon. And DDD is obviously in here for the Fiendsmith stuff. And one Chaos Angel, because we can make it so damn well in this deck. Medius is a level 4 Dark. Fiendsmith have a level 4 Light. They also have a level 4 Light as well, a level 6 Light, sorry, and a level 4 Light. So you can either make it with just a Lacrima and an Engraver, or a Engraver and a Medius the Pure. So do keep that in mind. And if you make it with Medius the Pure and Engraver, you get a full powered Chaos Angel. That is the end of this full max rarity Artmage deck profile. As I said in the intro, I think this is a deck that is here to stay. It is only going to get better with the test of time. Mark my words. I think it will be in the meta very, very, very soon, guys. Okay? Artmage is a lore deck. Lore decks are always proven to be overpowered at some point. And I think this deck is going to get more support down the line. They have a fusion on the way, but I think Konami is going to give them a little bit more. So I'm Rogue Tier here. Thank you so much for watching. If you love Rogue decks, make sure you stay Rogue and stay on this channel. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, and I'll see you all in the next video.
It's time! Let's go!